Hi guys, today I have this look for you guys. I created this look using the Juvia'S Masquerade palette, which I just got. I was so excited to get it, so I was like, I need to do a look on it. I need to do a look. I was really inspired by this artist on Instagram. It's literally the exact same look, but I loved it. The only difference is that she used the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette and I decided to use this palette. Her name is CRIMD underscore on Instagram, but I'll leave her info down below just in case you want to check her out. But that's where I got my inspiration from. I really love this look. It's so warm, but then it has like that pop of blue, like, yes. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So the only shade that I'm not using from the Masquerade palette is like, I wanted like a warm orangey transition shade and the palette doesn't have one, so I'm just gonna use this Coastal Scents Hot Pot in bright tangerine, and this is gonna be my transition shade. So you basically just want to blend that above your crease, back and forth windshield wiper motions. You want to start out here, place the most of the product here, and then slowly drag it into the inner corner, because you do want that color to like cover your whole eye. So, but you gently just want to back and forth, build it up until you get it to like a nice bright orange. Now that color is like blended evenly from left to right, you want to pick a Zulu and you want to take a precise brush. I say this in all my tutorials, precise flat blending brush, that it's flat but it's also fluffy, so that way it's easy to get into that crease. So this color, we're gonna focus it on the outer V and just kind of blend that out. And once you blend it out on the outer crease, you want to slowly just drag it into, just like slightly drag it into the inner corner. You don't want it to be super harsh, but you do want that color to kind of like, you know? So for this color, you want to go slightly like circular motions and then start dragging forward like that. And that orange helped the brown like slowly gradiate instead of just going straight in with that brown. That orange helped it gradiate, and that's what a transition color is for. So yeah, you just want to build that brownie color up to the intensity that you want. And then you can always go back in with that bright tangerine shade and just blend out the outer corners or the edges you feel like it got lost. So after that shade is blended into the outer crease, we're gonna take Ada, and they look pretty similar, these two, but this one's a little bit more redder, I promise. So you want to take an even more precise blending brush. So it can be small, anything easily get into the outer V with, because this is what's gonna darken up that outer V. So you're gonna take Ada with this brush. You can just like slowly start like packing it and then blending it out. So far these shadows are really easy to blend, like they're so buttery. I feel like that's such a awkward word, but they're buttery, like they're so smooth to blend out, and they're pigmented, like really pigmented. So then we're gonna kind of like, we're gonna cut the first half of our eye, so you'll see. Taking this Maybelline Age Rewind concealer, and on a small brush, any brush that is easiest for you to like precisely cut that first half, up to you. So since I do have hooded eyes, I have to do it a little bit above where my actual crease is. I hope you guys can see, but you just want to follow your natural crease, and if your eyes are hooded, go a little bit above. Like that. Like that. So that way when you open your eyes, you can still see what's going on, if you have hooded eyes. First, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna pack the shadows on without like wetting the brush, just so I can see like how intense they are, and then I'll go back in and wet the brush. So I'm gonna go in with Zola, like this light blue right here, and that's gonna be on the inner corner of my eye, like 1/4 of my eye. And then I'm gonna take another brush, and then I'm gonna go in with the blue next to it, and that one's called Dahlia. So we're gonna go from light to dark blue. And then to make like the gradient from light blue to like the dark blue a little bit more smoother, I'm gonna go in with this green shade in the middle of those two, and that's called Molly. On the same brush that I did the blue with, I'm gonna go in with the Molly shade in the middle between the light and the dark, so that way the gradient is smoother. I don't know how to explain it, but the transition from light blue to green to blue is better than light blue to dark. I don't know if that makes sense. In my head it does. Now that they're set on there, I'm gonna do the same exact thing. I'm gonna put the light, the green, and the dark blue on my eye, but this time I'm gonna wet the brush instead of just going. And yeah, just to intensify the color a little bit more. So you can go in with water or whatever spray you use to set your face. That's fine too. And then the last thing after you set those colors on your lid, is you want to take the like dark red shade that we use for the outer crease and just kind of pack that on a little bit more, and it's gonna help diffuse the edges of that blue, just so it all comes together nicely. So basically the orangey shades that we use at the top, we're gonna do the same thing to the bottom. I don't know if I want to do any blue on the bottom. I'll just see how I feel about it. So yeah, you want to smudge that bright tangerine, that orangey shade on your lower lash line. And then you want to go back in with Zulu and smudge that under your eye. And then the last shade, the reddish, not take it out so much like the other ones. I'm gonna focus this more on like my outer. I'm gonna add this Kiko Smart Eye Pencil in the shade 813. It's like a I don't know if you could see that bluish color. Yeah, and smudge that on my waterline. So once my liner is done, I'm gonna put some mascara on. I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and I've been loving this mascara so much. For my inner corner, I'm gonna go in with this loose powder by Saucebox Cosmetics. It's like a loose highlighting powder, and I'll put that in my inner corner. So if you were thinking about ever buying the Artist Couture like loose highlighting powders, I would just say save a little bit of money and buy these. I feel like, I haven't tried the Artist Couture powders, but I feel like they're exactly the same. Like the concept is exactly the same. I got both of these for $20, so basically $10 each, and it brings a decent amount. Yeah, that's just Saucebox Cosmetics. It'll be down below in the description box if you want to check it out. So yeah, everything's pretty much done. I just need to put on a lipstick. So this is always the hardest part because it's like I don't know. I think I'm gonna go in with London by NYX, and I'm just gonna line my lips. And that was just a lip liner. I don't think I'm gonna put anything else on top of that. Oh yeah guys, that completes this tutorial. So my thoughts on this palette is I freaking love this palette. I feel like there was a lot of hype on this, about this on Instagram, but honestly the hype is real. Like the shadows, when I first like went in and touched them, like they're really soft. They're soft, and when you blend them on your eye, they're really easy to blend. Like I feel like this look was so easy because the shadows just blended so effortlessly. And I always like look on certain pages to see when certain makeup will be on sale. So I got this for like $22 plus free shipping and I do suggest getting the mini because the mini is pretty big. Like look at this, it's like the size of my freaking face, and I'm not gonna be using these shadows like every single day. Like for looks like this, perfect. So I would just say get the mini. I think the big one costs $30, but honestly I don't think you need the big one. Like yeah, I would just say I would recommend this palette. It's really good. It's really good. I like it. For this look. It was bomb. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye guys.